Hey everyone, it's me, it's Hedda, Yom Tov, I'm back again. And it's lovely to see you all. And you know what? I really have missed you. I've missed every single one of you, and I'm so happy to be back with you all. It's been a rough one this time. I'm glad I took that time away because I think if I'd made any videos, in that moment, I don't think I would have been any good to you. And I honestly think you guys deserve better. You deserve a better version of me. I mean, yes, we come back to what you see is what you get. And you know that's true because you've seen me at my lowest and you've seen me on my way back up. But the more I sat and thought about it, the more I thought, these people deserve better and they deserve more. So all I can say to you is I'm really going to try. I'm going to try my hardest to be a better me for you and to give you better content or find out stuff that you love that we can all talk about and that we can all, understand and appreciate and not have you thinking, what on earth is she talking about? I want something that we can all, comment on and, just really have a good discussion going. So that's that. Now, I know I haven't started this off, the way that I would normally. I would normally say welcome to all the newcomers. So I'm going to say that now. Welcome to everyone who has joined us, who is new. You are very, very welcome to our lovely haven here. We are a lovely, friendly bunch of people. We are respectful, we are kind, we're honest. We just tell it like it is. And we have a really good discussion. And, I cannot recommend a nicer set of people for you to be among, right? I'm not talking about me. I mean, I try my best, but I would be nowhere without the lovely people who have come to join the haven. So I always give credit where it's due, and it's down to you because, all right, I created it, but I wouldn't be anywhere without you. So that's why you have to take the credit, right? So that's why I always credit you. So thank you. I also want to thank all those lovely people who sent me some lovely messages while I was away. I got some ones with hugs in them. I got some of those gifts, with funny little pictures, people giving me hugs. I got me people wishing me well. I got people telling me that they miss me, and that just made me cry because I didn't honestly appreciate that people thought of me that way. And I was very, very humbled, and I am very, very humbled. So to all those people who did that, thank you. To all the other people who've left comments in the meantime and said that they've missed me, thank you. You know who you all are. And I've been told that you've all been thinking about me. So thank you. But believe you me, I've been thinking about you. And I don't think I realised just how much I meant. There I go. There's typical. Can't get her words out. I don't think I realised just how much I missed you until I was away for this extra length of time. But I have seen my doctor. She has said it's been a pretty bad depression. Because I was asking her about upping my medication and she said, no, that's not going to help. You've got to do more self-help. And I was like, well, what? And she said, well, you've got to find the things that make you happy. You've got to look for the things that normally would make you smile and really work at it. Don't just give it one go and push it aside. You've really, really got to work at it. And she said, and do all this stuff in your cognitive behaviour therapy. So I came away from that and I thought, I think I was looking for the easy way out. If she had made my medication stronger, then it takes about 6 weeks to get through your system. And I thought, well, I know the serotonin levels for me are wonky. So I thought, I think I was looking for the easy way out. Excuse me. But I realise now that she was right. Upping my medication wasn't right for me this time. She's making me look more into myself and pull out those things from myself that can make me feel better. So that's what I'm going to try and do. And I really would appreciate your help. I mean, there's so many things that I love that at the moment I'm still sort of reaching for. You know, I'm still not back to loving my music yet. And I did pick up a book the other day and found that I was being away from it for so long, I'd forgotten what the plot was. So I had to go right back to the beginning and start again, which is no bad thing. But I did want to say to you that I think it was my last video or the video before, and I was telling you that I've been called, you know, an old ass bitch. So I wondered what you thought. I turned my t-shirt around and I made it say, show this. So it says proud old ass bitch. You know, it wasn't actually originally made for that intention. It was made to say proud, outstanding, ageless beauty. That's right. But to be honest with you, considering that I am getting older and, you know, I am aging and I do have a big backside and I can be a bitch. Yes, I can. As you know, I've been in previous videos, I've said bitchy stuff. So I think this is appropriate for me. Now, for the other people who are outstanding ageless beauties, I envy them all in a really loving way. I do, because of the women that I'm thinking of, they are some gorgeous looking women. Like Kerry the Nosy Housefrau, she's a gorgeous looking woman. Jamie from Glowing Beauty Addiction, I think it is. She's a gorgeous looking woman. You know, so, I mean, I know there are more. Those are just two off the top of my head. But they are both beautiful women inside and out as far as I'm concerned. They really are lovely people. But anyway, I just thought I'd show you that and it might give you a bit of a giggle. Because it's certainly, when it came and I thought, I can't. I'm more the reverse side, which that was originally on the back of the t-shirt. What's actually on the front of the t-shirt is like some makeup and things like that. So I've got that round the back now and I've got the OAB sitting at the front. So that's that. So I want to link a few other things I've been thinking about, things I've seen on social media while I've been away. I honestly have to tell you as well that while I've been away, you know, I'm not saying it's full time, but yeah, it's back. It came back. I was using it as a crutch, and you know, I was a long time away from it, but you know, that this is my particular lapse, and I don't want to stay in it forever, but I'm still not quite there yet. So I'll keep it going for as long as I need to keep it going. Right, well, anyway, picking up on social media, what has been going on while I've been away, guys? Picked up a couple of things, you know, with regard to gossip, you know, the beauty community. And there's a couple of things that one was actually being pulled around as a joke. I could see why it was a joke, but at the same time, I could also see why it wasn't. And it's this. It's to do with the beauty community and the big scandal that they've had going on with James Charles. And 3 people have all said the same thing. Tati said, I was in a dark place. And then Jeffree Star said, I was in a dark place. And then James said, I was in a dark place. And some bright spark said underneath, you all have got millions, buy some lamps. So you can understand why initially that would get some giggles going, right? You can. And I do have a sense of humour, so I could see the sense of humour in that. But then I saw some comments underneath and it was, you're making light of depression. And you shouldn't, because it's wrong. And I did agree with that comment. You shouldn't make light of depression. Depression is a horrible thing. It really, really is. You know, and it's just... I know there are jokes about people who have got depression. You know, I really get that. I understand that. Well, at the same time, you've got to understand that everybody's depression is different and it affects them all in different ways. With mine, I just tend to slide slowly into it until I barely realise that I'm going into one. And then when I catch myself, either missing something that somebody's saying to me because I'm busy staring at a wall, and I'm starting to shut sounds down and noise down and just anything going down. I shut all that down, and then for me it's just overwhelming sadness, things that have happened, regrets I've got, things I wish I hadn't said, things I wish I hadn't done. And that's pertaining to all areas in my life, And the more guiltier I feel, the lower I feel. And then it's, right, I'm really low now. How do I crawl back up? And then it's like this little voice inside me saying, nope, nope, nope. You're not ready to climb back up yet. And sometimes depression has you in this grip. You just can't get away from this grip. It is possible to do it, but it takes time and it takes support. I honestly feel that you've got to have some form of support. I'm very lucky. I have a very good and loving family. But I've also got some very good friends online who listen to me and just say, hey, Hedda, it will pass. It's like everything else, it will pass. And you guys in here, you keep me going. You have been through this and it's passed for you, and you'll tell me, and it's like everything else, it all passes and everything happens for a reason. And wouldn't it be great if we lived with hindsight, because then we'd all be psychic and then we'd all know what was coming so we could prepare for it. But it's not like that. It can just hit us out of nowhere. And it's not really fair. So I wanted to tell you about that. And then there was something else. James Charles did a video called No More Lies. And he told his side of events with regard to his scandal with Tarty and Jeffree Star and all the others. And what really, it made me angry actually, because James is a great manipulator. He's now 20 years old. He's not a child anymore. He's not a teenager now. He's now 20 years old. He's an adult. And he said, he put up the suicide hotline number in his video and went, I got to such a low place. Oh, I don't believe I just said that on camera. How manipulative is that? That may as well have a neon sign above his head saying, feel sorry for me, please. I thought about committing suicide. Can I tell you something, guys? I personally, this is just my personal opinion, I don't believe that James was suicidal. I believe he was angry, very angry. I believe that he was angry that he was outed over his behaviour. I think he was angry that two friends had turned against him. I believe he was angry because all his little secrets now were told to the world. But has he been manipulative in all of this? Bet your bottom dollar he has. Even the photographs of him stepping out of a taxi to go across, a practically half-empty airport with one paparazzi asking him questions. Do I believe that was staged? Yes, I do. There's just so much going on around James Charles that's it's just not right. It's too staged. It's too manipulative. And it's all... he brought in about his mum having cancer. Now, his mum is a stage 4 cancer survivor. and I applaud her, and she's in remission, and that's absolutely fantastic. You know, but there was no need to bring his mum into it. There was no need to bring in about, yes, I could understand him feeling low in mood. Yes, I can understand that. Because 3 million subscribers, never been known in YouTube history. Down practically overnight. You know, and he's had to cancel his tour because Jeffrey has cut the ties with him with his merch. So now he's going to have to sort his merch out with somebody else. You know, so that's really why his tour's cancelled. And now, this is not something I've thought of, but it is something that has been talked about. And I wanted to get your take on it. Apparently, if James can prove that he's been made mentally ill by the stress of this recent scandal, he can claim from his insurance. And it'll cover a lot of his costs. Do you believe he should be allowed to do that? Do you believe he should be allowed to get away with that? Do you believe that he has got a mental illness? Do you believe, I believe he's been mentally stressed, yes, very much. Do I believe that he can say one day he's got depression, he's going off social media, and then 2 days later, he's skating around the dance floor for Kylie Jenner's new skin care release and having the time of his life and being on Instagram and stuff like that. You know, and he says, I can't stay away from social media. Well, is it some kind of addiction for him? You know, we just don't know, do we? But every time I look at him and every time I listen to him, I just think, no, something's just not ringing true for me. And if I thought that he could get away with getting insurance paid up for faking a mental illness, I'd be sickened to my stomach by that, to be quite honest with you. That would really, really annoy me. Because when you think of the amount of people who do have mental illnesses and situations to do with that, and they can't get their insurance to cover them for whatever clause, then how come is it for James Charles to allegedly, potentially, get away with it himself? That's very unfair. And what he is doing is, the stigma that surrounds mental health issues is bad enough without anybody adding to it. You know, having depression isn't just the latest excuse for bad behaviour. You know, because if that was the case, the world and his wife would be depressed. It's just not fair. It's not fair on, when I'm telling people I'm depressed and they go, well, you look fine. Okay, thanks. Isn't that what we all normally get? How are you? I've not been doing too great recently. Well, why? What's the matter? Well, I've been feeling really depressed. Well, you look fine. You don't look depressed to me. Yeah, it's nice you got your makeup on. You don't look depressed to me. You're not like dragging your feet and going, oh, woe is me. Because the majority of people who suffer from depression don't go around shuffling their feet with their head down going, woe is me, do we? No, we don't. We plaster a fake smile on our faces and pretend everything is fine because we don't want the world to know that we've got depression in case they say, oh, be careful of that one, it's depressed. Don't want to be around a depressed person in case they bring my day down. Do you see what I mean? So that's why a lot of us have got to fake it. And then when we've actually got to take time off through depression, people say, I never knew that she was depressed. They seemed fine to me. They were always smiling. At the end of the day, we can't really win. Because if we go around looking depressed, people don't want to be around us in case we drag their day down. And if we do go around with a smile on our face, people don't believe that we're depressed. So what have we got to have? A D on our foreheads? You know? In my case, it'll probably be for dunce. To be quite honest with you, my intelligence is rapidly going down the tubes as I get older. No, it's time to take a stand and say, just because we're smiling doesn't mean that everything inside of our heads is hunky-dory. It doesn't mean that the world is great. It just means we're getting better at hiding it. But the longer we hide it, it doesn't bode well for us, does it? So we've got to have more acceptance, and we've got to have more people who are willing to listen and who are willing to say, how are you? And give us 5 minutes of their time just to say, look, I'm not feeling great mentally. I feel very low. I feel very near to tears. I really can't tell you why, but I'm doing my best to stay cheerful. And for them just to say, I'm thinking about you. Would you like a hug? Would you like me to hold your hand? You know, would you like me to pop round after work? Do you want to go out for a drink? Do you want to go for a walk? Do you want to talk? That's what we need. We need a helping hand and a shoulder and an ear. And someone who will say, it is going to get better. I don't know when, and I don't know quite how, but it will. We just have to have faith. And I think we have to have faith in ourselves. Because at the end of the day, there's only really ourselves that we have to count on. That's only us that can really chase the shadows away and try and keep them at bay as best we can. We know there's going to be another point where we get low. But what I'm going to try and do is find ways to prepare myself for the next time to make it shorter, if I can. I'd love to find the secret, because I don't have it. If anybody else has got any ideas, you know, I would really genuinely love to hear them, because we'd love to have a discussion in the comments. That would be brilliant. Anyway, I've kept you long enough now, so I'm going to sign off. I'm going to say, have a Yom Tov for the rest of your day, wherever you happen to be in the world. And I will see you in the next one. And I'm so glad to be back talking to you again. It's been great. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Love you. Bye.